The world is basically divided into two kinds of people, two kinds of working people. The first kind of people have jobs that they can live without. In other words, if they won the lottery tomorrow, they can just walk away from their jobs and it's sayonara, boss. I'm never going to come back to the office again. So these are people who currently have a job that they can live without. The second kind of people who are probably in the minority are the people who have a job that they cannot live without. In other words, they love their job so much that they would be devastated if one day they are prevented from doing that job or doing that work activity. So you got to ask yourself, and this is a very brutal question, you got to ask yourself in which group you are right now. Are you a person who has a job that she can live without? In other words, your job is not that important, because if you won the lottery tomorrow, or if you marry a rich husband or a rich wife and you don't have to work for a living, you can just walk away from your job. You wouldn't feel like you lost anything. Or are you among the lucky few who has a job and they love their job so much that even if they don't get paid for it, they would still do it? And the paradox is that when you have a job or a business that you would be happy to do it for free, somehow, for some mysterious reason, you get paid more, which is really strange, but we can explore that in a future video. But my point in this video is really to draw a sharp line. It's like black and white. You're either in a group of people who have a job that is not really that important, or you're in the second group. You have a job that you cannot live without. Now, I'm going to say something that might shock you, so you should brace for it. And what I'm saying is that if you're in the first group of people and you have a job that you couldn't care less about if you won the lottery, then basically you are wasting your life. You are wasting the best part of your life, because we're talking about the prime time every day, from 9 to 5. And we're talking about 5 days a week. So out of 7 days a week, you're losing 5 days a week. I mean, that's a huge loss. Of course, people will say, well, Peter, I know I'm losing 5 days a week. I know I'm not seeing my kids and I'm not doing what I love to do, but I have to pay the bills. And yes, that's a belief that you're holding, but how do you know that if you chose a line of work that you're truly passionate about and that excites you and that makes you feel alive, how do you know that that line of work would not pay you equally well or could pay you even more? How do you know? You've never tried it. And this is the tragedy I find in so many people, including most of my friends on Facebook and LinkedIn. They have never tried the other way, the other way where they're doing work that they love so much that even if they were paid minimum wage or even if they were not paid, they would still do it because they love it so much. It makes them feel alive, right? But most people have never tried that path. I've tried that path. Friends, I can tell you that before age 31, I used to do work that, I liked it, but it's if I had won the lottery or if I had been born in a rich family, I would walk away from those jobs. I had jobs at IBM, American Express, a lot of Fortune 500 companies. I worked for, I think, 12 or 13 different organizations, big organizations, and it was good. But after I turned 31, I began to do what I love to do, which is blogging and translation, creation, graphic design, a bunch of other stuff. And I got paid pretty well too. So, I'm here to give you comfort and encourage you to explore the alternative path so that eventually you can be part of the second group of people who have a job that they love so much that they cannot live without that job. And that's how you can create an amazing career, but perhaps more importantly, you can create your dream life for yourself.